People who have no knowledge of what a CPA is will realize that they can go to them for a friend, an advisor, and we can really change their company. We can change their industry.
The difference between designated and non-designated is really two. One is just the sheer training that you get from going through the program. That's definitely very important. And the other, I think, is the community. Once you're designated, then you're part of a large community. Then through network or events, you can really have that support group that you can talk to and share ideas. And that's always important as you progress in your career.
The association, for example, has on an annual basis a lot of opportunities for students to get involved with events 3 to 4 times a year, where companies like London Drugs get involved and we participate. And you can get to have first-hand experience in speaking to people like myself, and you get a sense of what it is we do, how we got in the profession, what are some of our challenges.
I think as a young CPA, come in, be eager to learn, be interested, and be curious, ask lots of questions.
And so I think one of the biggest things to do is actually go to those info sessions, go to those events, and realize that you can have a very successful career, be a successful accountant, but most importantly, be a very valuable human resource for the organization you work for, and it doesn't have to be a straight audit job or a straight tax job.
Accounting, you learn so many different things along the way. It allows you to go from one sector to another sector seamlessly. I can't think of another career that allows for it as easy as accounting and a CPA course.
So individuals can choose any type of industry. When you think of it, you're not locked into one organization, you're not locked into one industry, you're not locked into one area.
Being a CPA is, the stereotypical is this is about numbers, but I think we're getting to a world where it's not about numbers, it's about your ability to communicate.
It's far more about people than it is about accounting.
We constantly have to learn in the CPA profession. We have mandatory education, and that is key because you can't stop learning in this industry.
Having a designation as a CPA is positively a requirement into our organization. The reason is because they've gone through the rigor, the discipline, and the training.
One word that I would use to describe a CPA is passionate.
You've got to have the passion. You really have to have the passion, and more so I think careers are going to be an evolving process as opposed to you pick something in your early 20s and you'll be doing the same thing for a long time. So having the passion, having that commitment to learn, to me is more important than anything else.
What I really loved about being an accountant and becoming a CPA wasn't the number, it's the story behind each number. And I found that to be the exciting and the challenging part of the career.
Favorite part about my job is really my ability to work with people of all different departments and functions, because as a finance professional, that's a core part of your job, is to be understanding all the different pieces of the organization and how does it fit, how do they all fit into a overall organizational picture.
We're almost the opposite of straight bean counters now. And you'll probably notice in the big public practice firms, you almost only get an interview if you're doing extracurricular stuff. So they're looking for somebody that fits in that corporate culture. But what I realized is that was the CPA culture. Caring for people, giving back, having an extremely high standard of ethics and morals, and wanting to help